Nearly 10% of the world's population is in extreme poverty. And a lot of these people are living in developing countries. In fact, nearly half the people in developing countries live on less than $1.25 a day. Let's think about that for a second. $1.25. That's nothing. That can barely buy you any food. And these people are living on every single day. But it's not like these people are not trying hard enough. These people are. These people are working a job, they're a farmer, they're a teacher, but they either don't have access to a higher education or can't afford it. Because food and water must come first. Because education is great, but food and water means life or death. So they can't increase their skill level. So they can't get a better job. So they can't make more money. Or their country's war-torn, and they can't thrive in that type of environment. Or they're living in a place where they have a lack of shelter, limited access to clean drinking water, lack of food, poor infrastructure, government corruption. These are all problems that impoverished people may face. There's no exact factors that make people impoverished, but it's certainly very hard to fix these problems, especially if you're the impoverished person. Imagine trying to fix government corruption, but you can't even feed your family. How are you going to do that? It's going to be extremely hard. I was wondering, why does poverty even happen? And we discussed some of the reasons that poverty happens. If you'd like to go more in depth, I linked a mind map I made trying to figure out the root causes of poverty. And I would also like to discuss some of the potential solutions we have right now to increase people's income in impoverished communities. Some of these include battery packs that have solar panels that are extremely durable and extremely reliable. This means people can charge their batteries whenever they're not using them and have portable electricity, whether that's for a light so they can actually do some studying during night, or whether that's just to have a light over their dinner. This is extremely great. There's also companies like Kiva that gives you microloans to people who need it. These loans can range anywhere from $100 to $500, and these people are extremely benefited by these tiny loans. Although it may seem like an insignificant amount, it can help them buy animals, buy fertilizer, buy anything they need just to improve their situation. It can also help buy a student some education. So in the future, they can make much more money. And once they are able to make more money, they can pay back these microloans. There's also the Rainmaker, which allows people to filter their water. Through wells or through gray water, this allows people to make sure they're getting good quality water. This means they don't have to worry about unexpected medical problems like cholera in dirty water. Also, if they have a lack of waste systems, this can extremely benefit them because some of those waters may also be where they defecate. There's also companies like Starlink that allow people to get Wi-Fi somewhere where they would not be able to because there's no broadband and networks, there's no infrastructure set up, so they just plop a satellite down and then they can use this Wi-Fi. Although it does cost money, but it can extremely help someone who has no access to internet. Imagine being able to start an e-commerce store in somewhere like Kenya, where you wouldn't expect to be getting Wi-Fi. There's also some very simple solutions that like educating people on how to make fertilizer on their own. This means we can increase farmers' profits by 20% just by teaching them how to make their own fertilizer. This means they're making way more money than they usually would because they would have to pay for all the stuff and fertilizer, but now they don't have to pay for fertilizer because they can make it using stuff that's only around them. This empowers people to make more money just using the things around them by educating them. This is truly amazing what innovation can do to help solve problems like poverty.